Welcome to the Blonde Highlight Show. Give it up for your hosts, Chris Yo and Kyle Hennessy.
Welcome back to Blonde Highlight.
On today's episode, we have model Melissa Diaz on the show. She is going to be talking about, in this episode, her journey getting started in the modeling world, as well as becoming a new mom. And then we just kind of talk about a lot of misconceptions in the modeling world and the way that sizing and everything is going currently. So give it up for Melissa Diaz.
Hi, thank you for having me. Nice to see you again, Chris.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited. It's so good to see you.
What's hot?
Yeah, what's hot?
Today on What's Hot, is there anything that you're feeling like that's like hot right now? Like TV shows, movies, beauty products, anything like that?
Definitely. I think like right now, everything that's coming out of Utah and like Salt Lake City is definitely good. There's the Mormon one.
Oh my God, yeah.
Housewives of Salt Lake City, and they keep bringing up Ben Affleck. So it's like you have to like cross over and like clear all these like rumors in the, in the TV realm of like the Housewives and the Mormon.
Yes.
And saying like, hey, I don't actually know these people. When you have people saying like, my husband's cousin's with him,
Oh my
or
God.
like,
It's so funny. I had saw that episode with Lisa Barlow and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It was just like, yeah, I saw Ben Affleck.
and she just has to like keep trying to defend it too, which is like makes it even like worse now because so he's doing the promo for his new movie, and then so they bring up Lisa Barlow and they're like, so do you watch Real Housewives? He's like, oh, not this again.
No,
And then
exactly.
Lisa had to comment to this to be like, no, it wasn't in Utah because he says I haven't been there in 10 years. And so, yeah, so she's trying to like clear it up by saying, no, it was in Texas, but I don't know where this is going to go. Ben Affleck's just going to like, be fed up with Utah and never go back.
He's never going back.
He's never going back.
I do love that a lot of the A-list actors, they hate the fact that like someone like Lisa Barlow's name has just as much recognition in America, and the fact that they're like there to promote a movie and they're like, so Lisa Barlow said that.
Yeah.
Like, is this really my career?
Yeah.
I think that it's kind of been like that with like the models, and then when influencers became a thing, right? And it like, shifted modeling to influencers, and then people would ask the models like, do you know so and so? And it was like, well, no, because we're not technically in the same realm. It's like,
Yeah.
like they're influencers, I'm a model. Well, now you guys are booking them on modeling gigs. Does it make them a model? Does it like, it's like, where's the blurry lines now?
Isn't it so funny that like as like a signed professional model, when people ask you like, oh, what do you do? That now all of a sudden they're starting to just assume when you say model that you're an influencer. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, I've done my dirty time. Like I am signed. So speaking of modeling, let's get into your journey, how you started. What are you doing? Walk us through.
Yeah, so when I started, it was probably over 12 years ago now. I was actually like finishing university in business in Montreal, and I was going to a party and I was approached by my agency. So my now mother agents, still to this day, I like never left them. They had like scouted me at a party and they were like, hey, have you ever thought of modeling? But 12 years ago, I didn't really know about plus size modeling. I didn't know it was a thing yet. I didn't even know models existed in Montreal. Like for me, it was like Paris, Milan, New York City, and then Montreal. I was like, what is this escort service business?
Yeah.
Because like I grew up with the mentality that I was like, be careful for fake model agencies, and they're just trying to get you to be like human traffic. And I'm like, this is it. I was like, this is it. They're trying to.
they're gonna get me.
And like my first thing was like, well, I'm not a size 0. And they were like, no, like plus size modeling. And I was like, plus size modeling?
Yeah.
I was like a size 10. I thought I was like pulling it off. Like, no one's going to know. Like, I'm gonna do extra pounds. And they were like, no, plus size. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I'm like insulted or happy about this. I was like, I think.
Yeah, you're like,
maybe
I don't know what's going on, but I'll roll with it. I need to know, what kind of party were you at? Like, because when I think of like 12 years ago partying, I'm thinking like my college party stage, and it's not cute. So you must have been looking cute. Like, what kind of, like, you're a classy girl then if you got scouted at a party.
Yeah, it's really funny. I remember like exactly what I was wearing. It was like the opening of the new hotel in Montreal, or like it was a hotel that existed that was rebought and rebranded, and they were throwing this like really cool party. And one of my friends was writing for like a blog, like a Montreal blog, kind of like what's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had a +1. So she was like, oh, you should come with me, because we were both single. And I was wearing like a red Michael Kors dress. I thought I was like really fancy. And it was like a lot of really fancy people, but like super stuck up too. Because it's like you're talking about like the people who opened the like a hotel, you know,
Yeah.
investors. And then there's like me.
Yeah. You're like, I'm the +1. Like,
Yeah. I was like, here for the open bar.
yeah.
And I was at the bar, and I was just kind of telling my friend, because we were both single, I was like, all the people here are so stuck up. I was like, you know, guys, they love seeing girls having fun. And so I just like let out this huge laugh, like super theatrical. I'm like, ha, 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 ha. And like immediately I get tapped on the shoulder, and I was like, you see, it worked. And then it was that, like, oh.
Oh my God.
The woman.
Yeah.
I was like,
You're like, I thought I was getting a sugar daddy tonight. Like, I thought I was going to get my riches, but I'll
Yeah.
take this, I guess.
And then like I had Googled it, like modeling Montreal and like plus size modeling. I was like, what is this name? And then that's when I had found like Ashley Graham, Kenneth Stefan, like all those like the big shot names, you know? So
Yeah.
from there in Montreal, there wasn't a lot of girls modeling, especially for plus size, like no, mainly in plus size, there was like almost none. And so the market was really easy to just like whoop, go in. And then so when I researched and saw it was legit, I was like, whatever, you know what? I'll just sign. And if I never work in modeling, well, whatever. And if I do, then cool, I guess. Who knows? And it was like full time every day, like for years after. So that was crazy. And then they were like, sign in the States, sign in, you know, in Europe and London and Spain and da. So I was like, ah. It was like,
that's so
y'all
cool.
and you know, like it
Yeah.
wasn't like like I wasn't like, I'm gonna get scouted today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love hearing scouting stories because I feel like a lot of people feel like it happens in such like a specific way, but like I got scouted on like the underground world of model mayhem. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I love scouting stories. To me are my favorite. So now you're signed also to in New York, you work full time, and you've just recently, well, I think a year I saw, had a baby. Did he just
Yeah,
have his
so
birthday recently?
In September he turned.
Okay. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Great. Yeah, basically I had signed with Wilhelmina and like got my work visa, and a few months later was pregnant. So I was like, well,
Yeah.
there you go, this happened.
Yeah.
And so then there was like a whole hiatus where I was like, well, now I'm like pregnant. I had kind of worked pretty late into my pregnancy, I think, because like I told there was like room for the baby to grow. It was like most people didn't even notice. Like even for I was shooting swim up until
Oh my
May,
God.
and I believe in September.
Wow.
Yeah. And I would send pictures. I'd be like, I'm actually pregnant. So like, here's a picture. Let me know if you really want to book. And they were like, yeah, barely.
Yeah,
Not
you're
even-
good.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
But then because I was like so small in my pregnancy, it was never enough to be like, I am a pregnant model. So
Yeah.
book me on a nudity shoot.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh no.
I was gonna ask if you had booked jobs just because you were pregnant, because I remember you used to have to put like a fake belly on sometimes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah.
thing, especially in the States, it's like it's very sought out to like, well, it's already like plus size modeling, but then on top of it, add like a pregnant plus size model, then it's even trickier to find. So
Mhm.
usually it's like you work during your whole pregnancy because you go from like doing your regular jobs to then going into maternity, which I never
You never
like,
did.
no, I like shot my own maternity pictures, I think 2 or 3 weeks before giving birth. And I was like, okay, I guess I kind of look pregnant here. Like,
Yeah. I saw those.
I'm
Those
like,
were
push up my
beautiful.
belly all the
Yeah.
time.
Now, see, if I eat like the wrong thing, I look like I'm like 9 months pregnant. Like like, it's not fair.
Like, just go.
Yeah, I should be booked off like 4 maternity shirts just for that. Like, just give me a burger. I don't need to wear the belly.
Yeah.
Like, we can do this.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't look natural.
Yes. So, are you back at work? Are you working again? How has that been?
So I've been like tiptoeing back in. Like at first I had told my agency, I was like, listen, I don't know if I could do like 2 back-to-back days like I used to be working like that. Like if I have a bad night and then I have to wake up at, 6 a.m. or 5:30, go to work and then come home and then do that again the next day. But what if I don't sleep all night because the baby, that's like, I'll probably die on the second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like no back-to-back days yet. I'm open to like traveling again. So I did work in New York already a few times. I've worked in Montreal a few times, but I haven't done like a long like stay away kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like the easing back into it hasn't been like so bad. I was like, okay, I could do this. I was like, I have to like work from time to time and
Yeah. Be a little selective, but that's good though. I think it's really inspiring because there's like, especially even 10 years ago, there's like this huge misconception that like as soon as you have a baby and modeling, like that your career is done. But so many models have babies and people, a lot of them don't even like, people don't even realize it. But so many, especially the plus size models, have like everyone's having babies. So I think it's really inspiring, and I love that that narrative's being flipped.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good, and it definitely like purposes, like where is your energy going, like now that I'm mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like that. I think
Yeah.
like all industries need to just be a little more like inclusive for like the women to be able to continue working and doing what they do after having kids and having options that make that transition a little easier.
Yeah. And I think like even again, like Ashley, who was like, let's say the pioneer of plus size modeling almost, seeing her have her kids and then have twins on top of it.
Mhm.
Oh my
She's like 3 boys in and still working. It was like, okay, this is a thing. Like we could do this.
We can do
Awesome.
this. Yes. And like now she's like Victoria's Secret, like, you know what I mean? Like she's doing all that stuff. And it's like, that to me is what's inspiring. Like she's bared her children and like she's still going. Like I love that that's changed. Do you feel like the industry and just like the sense of like I feel like for me, it's really slow. Like I feel like I'm in LA market, I'm in New York market and Toronto market. I've never really worked a lot in Toronto. I've always worked more so in the States or like Montreal, where I met you. But I feel like there's been a really slow shift. And I don't know if it's just like my career's going downhill, but like after talking to a lot of girls, other girls are feeling it too. Have you noticed a shift since you've been back?
I definitely have. Like I wasn't like, I've been tiptoeing back in, but I didn't think I'd be like pinky tiptoe back in. I was like, I could have done a bit more, but like I'll take it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I definitely see the difference. And I think it's a lot like I've heard about brands downsizing on their plus size models. So whereas at one point they're like, when I first started, I was like a size 10, 12. And it was like, the more I fit into like a 14, they were like, yes. And then a 16, they're like, even better, And then like at one point they were pushing like the 18, 20, like the test holiday Penningtons, it was like, you could have been too small to do certain brands, and meanwhile you were 16, but it was like, but the plus size community was like, no, 14 and 16, we don't relate to that,
Yeah.
Now I feel that there's like a huge, like, they came way back down and they're downsizing up until like 12s again and 10s. I've heard in some of the brands that were shooting like 16s and 18s, So, and I'm like, okay, well, what has happened? And you're thinking, you go back and you're like, oh, well, what else is very trendy right now? It's trendy with the housewives. It's trendy in Hollywood. It's trending like everywhere now is, well, the Ozempic and Mounjaro and like all those things. Right? So now it's like the new trend is, well, losing weight and being skinny is cool again.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is it cool for us to keep shooting size 16, 18 models, or should we tone it back down again and go back to like 14, 12?
Yeah.
And I was like, I had seen a model posting about this on Instagram and I was like, ooh, was like, this does kind of correlate
It
with
kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
mine is timing, you know?
It definitely, and I get like, we shouldn't have trends on body size anyways, but I feel like as someone that's like an 18-20 and I have been bigger, I can't tell how the clothes are going to fit me if you're using a size 10-12 model. You know what I mean? Like their cut could be completely different, and I need to see what it looks like on someone with a belly that is a bit bigger.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, it's like there has to be like a just middle, or like if you're a brand who does that, well, maybe shoot a few of your pieces in a larger size. I don't know,
Mhm.
like has to kind of give, right? Because the whole point was to represent
Yes.
like a huge part of our society, you know, like the average woman,
Yes.
which is no longer a size 6 or a 8 or a 10, you know, like we're looking at like it's like 16, 18 now.
Mhm.
So at the same time, I'm like, hey, well, are they like leaving a lot of money on the table by doing this? I'm like, is it going to work? Are the clients going to push back? Like back when like I was a 14 shooting and it was like, well, she's not even plus size and this doesn't even count. And like, edge. So I'm like, I wonder what, or like, are those clients really all taking Ozempic? And I don't think so, because we've always promoted like body positivity and being comfortable with yourself. So it's like, but suddenly now everyone is uncomfortable with themselves.
Yeah.
The only people I see going on these like mass weight loss journeys from this medication weren't people that were necessarily like very plus size. You know, it's like the woman who wanted to shed a few pounds and then went way too far.
I feel like for me, I'm like, it's your body, it's your choice. And I feel like people take it for different things, but if you're taking it solely for the pressure of like, especially being a model and losing weight for the industry, I think that that's a bit frustrating, because again, it's like you can get to a certain size and you can be a certain size, but then that trend might change overnight, a snap of the finger. And then you're putting your body through this and it's not worth it. And I feel like for me, like when you were saying how you started at like a 10-12, I started off, I was probably like a 16. And before I would start working in LA or New York, they made me go down to a 14. So with my body size and body type, because I'm like so tall and I'm naturally built thick, for me to achieve a size 14, it took starvation. I had to cut everything out. And like, that's just for me to get to probably like 200 pounds. And like, I'm still in society, I'm still viewed as like, you know, a plus size woman, this and that. But for me, I was like, this is not where my body sits. I think that I'm more like right now, my natural body composition. Like, I feel like I'm just like a natural 16. But at one point, I pushed it so far that when I got to a size 12, for like me personally, I looked ill. I looked sickly. And then my clients started complaining that I didn't look plus size enough. So then they started making me wear padding. And I'm like, I can't fucking keep up. What do you want? Yes, I've just done everything to lose these hips, and now you want me to wear padding? I'm not okay. So I was really excited when the industry took a turn and was like, we're being more inclusive. And I was like, finally, like I can just not let myself go, but I can just let myself breathe and be comfortable and like be in my skin to where I feel like, okay, this is how I'm supposed to be. And then, having a conversation with my agency last year, I had done a work trip and there was nothing. Like, you know, when you do one of those, like, they're like, oh yeah, come to town for like a month or whatever. And you go in with all the high hopes. And then I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but it happened to me this trip. And they were like, they're wanting the really small girls again. And they didn't say it in a way for me to lose weight, but they were saying in a way of like, babe, like, it's not you, it's the industry. Like, this is the reality. So it's like, it's disheartening because your body is just, you never know when you're going to be at the right place for them. So I'm always just like, I'm just going to be comfortable now. Hopefully they'll circle back to me. I don't know. I can't keep doing this.
Opposite. Like when I had first got it scouted and I was a size 10 and then like sometimes 12, I was starving. Like I was on these diets and like calorie deficient and couldn't drink alcohol without totally blacking out after 2 drinks. Like it was just all the time. So then I was like, oh wait, you want me to be like, hold on, give me months. I was like, I'll just stop. Like, I was working out twice a day. It wasn't a lifestyle that I wanted to maintain like long term. Like maybe I thought in the moment, like, oh, I'm so happy now that I'm this size. But it definitely gave me like this whole like boost of confidence or like, okay, no, I can be myself. And like in this industry, they want me to be myself. So, you know what, maybe I work out once a day or a few times a week and like, or just when it makes me happy or when I feel like it. And I'm not going to have to eat 150 calories anymore. And I was like, my fitness pal, like scanning everything, like totally obsessed.
Exactly.
I was like, okay.
I think
This
from
is
my
done.
experience too, I have hit that really, really skinny mark that like people go to. And like the confidence doesn't automatically come because I will look back at those photos from like that era of my life. And I just remember how miserable I was and how insecure I was. And I'll remember see certain photos and I remember just like staring at it, being like so unhappy with myself. And now that like I look back and I'm just like, you were fine. Like, why was I, you know what I mean? Like that you have to bring the confidence that has to come. That's not going to come with a size. It's not going to come with a weight number. It's going to come when you work on yourself and you find that in yourself to do it.
But it's almost like an imposter syndrome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where like when you're being a size that you're trying so hard to be in, like, you know, restricting yourself so much. And it's like, is that really you? Like, can you be confident when you know that you're trying so hard to be something that like technically, naturally you're not?
And you're like dying inside.
Yeah, it's like, and then you just, it's kind of like an imposter syndrome. You're like, this is me. What am I doing in this body? You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I hope, like, for me, I was really excited when we started to see a lot of different body types on the runway because that was a huge breakthrough. Like, over the past 10 years, we've seen it. But then it's like, I feel right before COVID, I feel like we saw like a really big push and there was a lot more body diversity in high fashion, runways, whatever. And then I feel like the pandemic was almost an excuse for brands to be like, okay, well, we did it, but, you know, we can't afford that anymore. And I feel like the runway now is like the same models who have maintained maybe like the same size, which is great. Like, I want to see them on the runway. I'm not saying I'm mad that I'm seeing them. I'm just saying I want to see more. And I feel like them taking that step back has been really disheartening, especially for like the higher end brands. Do you think that that will change? Like, what do you think about that?
Hope it does. I think it's true that COVID did kind of put like a big stop on a lot of brands, like brands that closed, brands that were like, well, we're not going to be size inclusive anymore. Like, we don't have the budget to keep, you know, upping our sizes. I actually have a really good friend of mine who started a brand, I would say like maybe a year or two ago. And when I was like, oh, cool, so you'll be doing plus sizes. And she was like, no, well, you know, not right now because I'm invest, like it's my money, like that I'm investing is super expensive. So I'm just going to keep it like short right now. And I was kind of like,
yeah.
Like, I thought we were friends. Yeah.
We were friends. It's like, cool. I was like, but like, I can't support you. Like, what do you want? Like, other than sharing your, like, who am I sharing it to?
Yeah.
It's not market's not my market, you know? I'm like, there's not much I could do to support, like I could gift it to other girls, like I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like it's such a weird concept to me because it's like when the average, let's say American, is like a size 16, but only say, I don't know the actual stats, but let's say only like 10% of brands will carry plus size. It's like people are missing out on such a mark, like especially because like bigger women want the cool clothes. Like, we don't want all the plus size but solely branded that's for like the older generation, or you know what I mean? Like, we want the good stuff. And it's like, I just don't understand how brands are using it as like finances as an excuse, because it's like you're missing a whole other demographic.
It's like, just try it, but try it good. Like, maybe it wasn't working for you previously, because I find, like, let's say you take a brand that does like small sizes and the plus sizes. Once they start tipping into their plus sizes, all of a sudden it's like the patterns are changing. the material is changing, the colors want to be like fuchsia and teal and turquoise. It's like, maybe I just want to also dress like the Aritzia girl that wears only like brown, beige, and black and white, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, who said that because I'm plus size, I want to wear like these 80s, 90s looking
Right, yes.
like, what is
Or like Disney characters.
yeah. I'm like, who are these?
I don't, you know what's so funny is that like I 100% agree with you, because like that has been something that, or like we've talked about before, is like all of a sudden when it goes above like say like a size 8, it's like bring in the polka dots, bring in like the fuchsia, like it's just like, why are we doing this? Why can't you just take the exact same thing? Yeah.
Why doesn't regular size have rhinestones on it?
Yes. No. And it's just like, just bring it up. Just get it fit properly and bring it up and we're good. And we won't say anything. And you know what? We'll buy it. Like, you'll sell out.
But that's the other thing, is that I saw when plus size is becoming so very trendy, brands were like, okay, let's just size up. So there's like a mathematical equation. You start from, let's say, 0 and it multiplies, and then they were like, oh, plus size, they're like, just keep multiplying until we get to the 22, let's say. But the thing is you have to resize on a 14 size body minimum.
Yes.
Because if not, you're not giving enough butt in the pants, the leggings are cutting halfway through your butt. And then that's how you know that someone's just multiplying their sizes and don't actually care about the plus size client. And then it's like, oh, well, plus size is too expensive and it's not that, it's not making a lot of money or da-da-da. But it's like, yeah, because you're not putting in the effort to make your brand size inclusive. So it's like, if you're not doing that, then how can you expect it to go well? It's like, of course, everything's being returned. Nothing actually fits us. It's like, we need more hip space and more butt space, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, it becomes a new mathematical equation and then you could multiply.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a great point.
Yeah, because I noticed that a lot, like where they miss that. Because I noticed like I have a little bit of a belly and I have a large butt. And so it has to be cut specifically for the larger sizes. So I look for that in brands. I've seen like denim brands where like they do have some of the sizes that go up into like the lower plus size that are cut as the original like multiplication going up. And then they have an overlap of the ones that are cut for the plus size that go down a little bit. I saw this last week and I can't remember what brand it was, and I was like, I love that idea because it really is so inclusive for people that are kind of in that middle range right there as well. But I love that they have like the different cut for the bigger sizes, because otherwise it just won't work on me.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And I feel like too, like it's interesting that you brought up Aritzia, because I feel like especially in Canada, like every plus size girl is like, as soon as Aritzia has like a double XL thing, like they're going, like it is out of stock. And it's because it's like, finally there's a brand that's like doing it, who has like nice chic clothing, but they're almost doing it at a point where it's like, come get it, girls, like dangling. It's like, just have an extended line. Like, I don't get it.
Also, we're just gonna make 2 of those pieces.
Yes.
There's only enough room for 2 extra.
Yes.
Zara, like in New York City, I would love going to Zara. Like, as soon as I had a booking in New York City, I would finish work, run to Zara, and then head to the airport, because they had that extended sizing already. But it was so rare, right? It's like you'd have to go through the whole store, and I would always be like, "Isn't there just a section you could put those like from like double XL and just put them all together in the same room, you know, or like in the same section?"
We'll even take like the back corner.
Look at the whole store. It's like, first of all, not everything is going to be extended sizing, so just put things in.
Yes.
Like, I'll take it. Yeah. And I remember it was Khloe Kardashian. I was in Miami, and I had went to the Brickell Mall, and she had the Good American jeans before it like totally blew up. She had her own table at the Zara there. And that's how I had found Good American. I was like, these jeans are amazing.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if you guys ever wore those.
Yeah, I have a few pairs.
They really worked their magic. Like, it's the only jeans that I buy now. I don't feel like anything else is as comfortable. It's like the waist is cinched, but like no spillage, not too hard, but just enough so that when you sit, there's never any gapping in the back. Like, it sounds like a Good American ad, but appreciate a good plus size, then
It's
like people need to understand how hard it is.
yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? I feel like too, like they've put in so much work to get the sizing right and the formula that they have ranges where it's like you can be from, I think it's like a size 12 to 16 and it's gonna fit. And they're so confident in that because they've taken the time to structure jeans to fit a curvy body, and like that will go for different shapes because we're not all shaped the exact same. Like 16 on you might look completely different than a 16 on me, on you. Like, so I think that they have, yeah, it's turning into an ad. Chloe, sponsor us, it's fine. But like, I feel like, yeah, come on. Yes, but I think they've done a great job on that.
Yeah. And I think too, like on the aspect of the financial excuse that comes with it, but why does every brand need to start with standard sizing? Why can't you start with plus size? There's a huge market there. And if you come in, like there was a brand I worked with on TikTok recently, and they were just starting. It's very small and they only have a few items, but they only had sizes from a 1X to a 5X. And they were like, we're just going to lock into this. And I was like, I want to support this brand because they're going to like really put in that effort just for those sizes, and then as they grow, I'm sure they'll add like all sizes. But like as a business standpoint, like if brands are just having standard sizes when they start, why can't a brand start with just plus size?
That's fair.
Because they're all scared. They're all like, nobody wants to be the one to do it. They're like, ooh, do we help the big girls? Like it just feels so cliquey or something. Mean Girls.
Like, spend my money, somebody.
Yeah, like we got coin. Let's do this.
Yes.
So being on set, is there any moment or anything that stands out to you that was our listeners always love whenever we have models on, or even like questions that have been asked to me, like what's a funny thing that's happened while you're on set, or a funny casting story? Do you have anything like that?
So I actually still have someone reach out to me again today from a story that I've told so many times. So I guess we'll just go in. So I was going to a set. It was with Giant Tiger, so super conservative brand, like very family owned, not family owned, but you know, it's like kind of like a Walmart-ish kind of client, I guess.
GT boutique. That's what they call it.
And so I go to the studio, and then I had been going there like regularly. I knew everyone. And so it's in this building. I'm walking down the hallway. It's Halloween. And I'm walking down the hallway and I see a guy like fully dressed, like with this super long, like trench coat, like leather trench coat, these army boots. But then he's like wearing something like a mask on his face. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so scary. And then when we get really closer to each other, and I was like, I'm going to pass the studio because the bathroom was at the other end of, so we walked by each other. I'm like, oh, he was wearing like a full on, like a leather dog mask with like piercings on it, but like very sure,
Yeah.
So I was like, interesting. I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna like rat this guy out to someone to be like, hey, who is this guy? Like this Halloween costume was kind of like very scary.
Yeah.
So we're in a building, right? So I don't know what office he's going into or what studio he's gonna go to. Like it's not a Giant Tiger building. It's like he could have went anywhere. So I go to the bathroom, I come back to the studio, and I come in, and he welcomes me into the studio, and I was like,
oh, hell no.
And he's basically saying like how he's like the new employee, and he goes, hi, like my name's Patrick, but you could call me Ruffles. And I was like, what? It's like this was, and then I was like, Kate, is this like a character? Is this him? Is this a Halloween costume? Like again, it's Halloween. So I go with it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, whatever, let's just shoot.
But the polite Canadian in you is just like, okay, I will, I will go along with this.
In my head, I was like, wow, someone could have given me a heads up. Like, hey, we hired this new employee. By the way, he dressed as a dog.
He's weird.
So he's the one shooting that day. And I'm like, okay, so we're shooting. And I have so many questions because now he's telling me, he's like, so I identify as a dog, like this is like who I am. And, like during COVID, I like really wanted to come out like with my true self because this is who I really want to be. And my other job, I was in an office and they couldn't respect it. So like I ended up quitting because people were uncomfortable at the office because he would show up in a full dog gimp mask. Okay, like no, like tongue on the muzzle, like it was nuts. Like it was like borderline, like very scary.
Terrifying.
All I hear is this very cute little voice on the inside, you know, like this guy who's just like, yeah, so I'm Ruffles, Ruffles my dog, you know. I'm like, why do you sound like a cartoon character, but then you look like
a murderer?
You behind just on freaky stuff behind the door. It's just like, fine, cool for you, but it's like at one point, you know, like fetish and stuff is for the bedroom.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, okay, so I'm plus size. This company does multiple banners. They have men's, they have women's, they have plus size, they have children. So I'm like, so is it your first day shooting? Like, am I your first? And he's like, no. He's like, I've shot tons of people. He's like, I've done like the kids also. And I was like, the children.
They're all having nightmares. All those kids, GG kids. Someone send help.
I was like, respect you. I was like, but this is going really far. I was like, wasn't like a happy, cute mascot.
Yes,
I mean,
no.
like, it was, like, clearly, like it had like these big like piercings and nose piercing and a like on the mask. Yeah,
it's like that's great
and
that you're doing this and we support it. However, can you please not scare us with the mask? Just choose a different mask.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was saying how he had like multiple, because I guess then he was wearing like a body harness too. Like it was like a lot, you know. He had like a choker, like, you know. I was like, okay, we're doing this. Like you're full in, and then I was like, man, just like a heads up would have been.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly like, again, like whatever you do is what you do, but like let's make it appropriate so people aren't scared. Or give a heads up. Like Rufus will be on set today. Or Ruffles or whatever.
For me, I was like, did the parents know? Did the parents stay the whole time with the kids? Did they pull the kids out? I was like, oh my God, all these questions. I don't even know. But like, even he was saying like within his own community that like, he was like, you know, like, I hate going to the gay village because all the gay guys hate me because they think that like I'm just dressing up and it's too far, it's pushing, but like me too. I'm just a lot, like just as much allowed to be part of that community than they are. It's not because I'm dressed a certain way that I should be excluded. So then I was like, okay, so there's also like, you know, conflict within his community.
It's like, just get a different mask, man. That's all we're saying.
I know. And I can't believe someone today had messaged me and was like, hey, remember that guy? What was his name again? Does he have Instagram? And I was like, yeah, he does actually.
Oh my God. Was this in Montreal?
I went down I went down my little memory lane scrolling through his pictures. So I was like, yep, that's it.
That's him. Can't miss him.
I was like, this week. Yeah. Introduced me to a whole other world.
Wow. No, see, Mel, heads up. That would have been nice. I would have seen that. And again, like, I'm expecting, like, it's not that. If it was a scary mask, I would have been like, is someone gonna like? I would have been on the phone. I would have been like, something's going down here.
When I left the book, I was actually like really intrigued, right? So I had, like I said, I had asked him all these questions. He super answered everything, and I was like, great. I mean, he seemed like a really nice guy too. Like his personality was not aggressive at all. It wasn't scary. I was like, is this like a front because he knows like he's so like a soft-spoken that like he needs to show this, you know, down? I don't know.
Yeah, to show like a rougher side, because I would think that if you were going to do that, you would think that you would want a more like welcoming, like friendly looking like dog face.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't you? Like, I think that like you would, like, just going around, if you had like your dog with you, you would want it to be more welcoming than
someone's
like
really got to check
scary.
on those kids. Someone's got to check on those kids because, like, no.
Definitely.
I know my boys would be like, they'd be terrified.
No, I was like, what the hell? And I got my agent. I was like, did you guys send the kids? I had no idea. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, it's not that behind. I'm like I said, I just like a heads up, you know.
That's hilarious.
And it was at the same time that there was that documentary that came out on Vice. It was like Vice came out with that furries edition.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
haven't seen that.
Yeah, it was really, so it was like all at the same time. It was like the same month I had like seen that and then met him and I was like, oh my God.
You're like, I'm
It's
living
like-
it. Yeah. Oh my God. You, just since we're talking a little bit about Montreal and like we're going off course here, but like I have to ask, has Montreal been crazy since heated rivalries?
Yes. So everybody, like my group chat with my girlfriend was like everyone's very heated.
Girl, say.
It's a thing. And the husbands, they're not happy about it, especially that they're all hockey fans. I've heard it being spoken about, like even in like news and stuff, where they're like, if we're being realistic, all these men on the hockey team, they're like, obviously shit has went down before.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like let's be real. So now it's like even it's like coming out in the news where they're like, come on guys, come on hockey players. We know you guys are all
Yes. You know what though? One of the actors, he had said that there's been a few major hockey players, basketball players, and baseball players that have reached out to him who are closeted but have let him know. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, this is such a huge industry. This stuff is obviously going on, but no, my husband's so over it. I was like, listen, I was like, you got a couple curls in those hair, and like he's kind of bringing it along. I'm like, show them pictures of Ilya. Like, just go to the barber and come back looking like Ilya. I want a Russian accent. If not, don't fucking talk to me.
You're like, you could pull this off.
You could do it. Come on. Like, Temu version, of course, but we'll try.
There's a lot of stories about like closeted athletes, like like NFL and football, but even when you look at like military,
Yes.
all the stories too. So maybe there will be a next heated
military edition.
Yes.
Military. We're overseas, so we are fighting.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God, guys, we're on to something. Somebody write this down.
No, the military is definitely stacked. It's
gotta be.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah, she knows.
Yeah, but I love Montreal though. Speaking of Montreal, I went once and just on a little trip, and I didn't think it too much of it, but we went out in like the gay village like one night, and like, oh my God, I was just so blown away because I loved it so much there.
Yeah,
it's very has a huge community, so that's really fun. Like a fun area to go out to. Like even as like for example, me. Like our friends, like we'll still go out to bars when they get like it's fun. Like everyone goes to a drag show, and everyone wants to like So very very cool area. We're very inclusive. Like there's so many different nationalities. It's like everyone could be themselves, even Ruffles.
Yes, even Ruffles. God love Ruffles. Now before we close out, do you have any top beauty products? Any, the girls want to know from the models what they're using, what they're doing.
There is this serum that I swear by. Had done a job. It was with Dior, so it wasn't for Dior, but
I was gonna say, okay, drop.
Yeah. Whole run through. There's like a Dior section for makeup, and they had brought in their head Dior makeup artist, and they needed a model so that he could like introduce a bunch of products. And he had used like the rose serum, something like, and it was so amazing. I told him, I was like, I don't even want to be paid. I was like, you guys could just give me this.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Just give me the serum. Good.
Yeah, and it was honestly, I had still to this day, it's like the product that I don't know, it's like it changes the texture of your face. It's like this is what a serum is meant for.
Oh,
it was like I would just like use just a little bit all the time.
Okay, you know what? You're gonna have to send me a picture of it because we'll link it to this because the girls they're gonna be hounding down for this one. They're gonna tell us.
The Dior serum, I was like rose. What is that? Rose? Because I had searched a dupe of it once, and it was the Guerlain like a honey serum or something.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I was like, it's good, but it's not exactly it. But she's
got
the
it.
micro. The hose. It's just the hose.
The
The whole
That's from Montreal coming out.
Run the
Yeah.
hose.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And
Like I'm like, there's little beads in it. Like it's
you're putting me on it. Like Dior needs to sponsor you now. Like this is a sponsorship. This is us right now. We're like, we're gonna take our careers to the next level. Now, final thing. Any advice to anyone who's wants to become a model?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a lot of people always ask, well, they always think it's like, oh, modeling must be so much fun and it's so fun and you're just like traveling and you're just having fun. And it's like, wait, oh yeah, that and they must give you everything and like you must have so much clothes. And I'm like, that's a misconception. I was like, first of all, they're not giving us clothes. Like the bigger the brand is, the less they're gonna gift you. Okay.
Yeah.
When it's like smaller brands, they're like, you can have anything you
Yeah,
want.
they're so sweet.
But honestly, people need to like be ready. You know, it's like this is a real job. This is a lot of traveling most of the time. You're up maybe at 4:30 because you need to be at the airport at 6:30 to land by 8 a.m. to drive straight to set, work all day, finish, go back to the airport, catch another flight, go to another, and then you're doing all that over and over again. I'm like, yeah, we're traveling.
Yeah.
It's like, but other than like a studio and an airport and like maybe a hotel and then no.
You're not.
Are you
We're
really-
we're not seeing anything. That just reminded me of the
No.
Lady Gaga. Work, club, next club, flight.
Well, it's like you've been with like the whole Winnipeg going to LA, right? It's like how many times, or it's like you're going to a job, the flight's canceled.
Mhm.
So do you think you just go home?
Yeah. No, you go to the next
Rent a
job.
car and you start driving, okay? And then you don't sleep all night because you drove all night because you booked that job and you told them you were going to be there.
Oh
And it's not just like you can't just call in sick as a model. That's the
No.
other thing.
Everyone's
No.
waiting.
Okay, it's like no sick days. If you don't show up, no one works that day. The makeup artist doesn't have someone to do makeup on. The stylist doesn't have anyone to dress. The photographer doesn't have anyone to take a picture of. So it's like this huge pressure too, where you're like,
You have to show up.
I-
Literally,
Yes.
you can't make your flight. You gotta do a red eye drive. Like that's
you're
it.
like you're gonna have to. Yeah, I think once I was going to Wisconsin to Milwaukee, and I was in New York, and my flight was canceled. I just rerouted a flight to Chicago, rented a car, or took an Uber all the way for the rest of the ride. I was like, you don't have any.
Show up. That's
Yes.
it. Be ready to work if you're gonna want to model.
I think it's that. It's like this is a real job. It's tough work, tougher
Yeah.
than you think.
I always say
Yeah.
it's very unglamorous to be glamorous,
Ooh. Strong
Like now I
quote.
can't
right?
go shopping anymore. It's like for you too, probably. You want to go try on clothes at the mall? No, thank you. That sounds like a day of work for me.
Yes.
I've just been doing, but like,
I'm
I
like-
just tried 100 pieces of clothes today. I
Yes.
took pictures of them.
I'm not the only one that when I'm like, I'm not fucking trying on anything. Like they're not paying me to be
I'm
here.
buying it. If it
Yes.
doesn't fit, I'm just gonna return
Return
it.
it.
Or, like I'm gonna give it to someone if I can't return it. Or
That's hilarious. Oh, well. Thank you so much for coming on. This has been great. We know the girlies are going to love it. We're going to link her, the Dior product, as well as all of her socials. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on. Bye.
Bye.